Hello everyone, we are back with the monthly Boruto chapter, and this time we've got chapter 16, The Singularity of Fate. We open up with a lovely cover of Ida, looking glamorous as ever. So I love this first part. I don't know what you guys think about flashbacks, but I do like them, and we get a flashback of Boruto learning the Flying Raijin Jutsu, or as it's established, it's not actually the Flying Raijin, it's him using space-time ninjutsu to essentially do the same thing, but it, as we found out, pertains to traveling across dimensions as well. What is essentially established here, that in the normal timeline, Boruto took 6 years to learn this jutsu, but he's going to learn it super quick now. We know he's learned it in the time skip, which was, 2 or 3 years, so severely cut down the time, and he learns it by using different metallic shapes, because they established that it's metallic because that stores chakra better, but he uses different metallic shapes, and this is why we've seen frogs, the recon frogs or whatever, with like square, circle, triangle, whatever. So he's using metal shapes to teleport. You can't use the same, like two shuriken, for example, because then you wouldn't be able to work out which one you're teleporting to, because they would give off the same signature. So he can't do the similar sort of thing that Minato would do, where he would just like throw all the kunai out and teleport to them, but his is for long range, whereas obviously Minato marked people with his symbol to go long range, but essentially the same jutsu, that serves essentially the same purpose, but with cross-dimensional travel. So they also have a interesting discussion about Koji's ability of seeing various futures, and it's sort of established that he can't just tell everyone, because if you tell loads of people about the future, then the future will constantly change. All these people will change how they act, and you will no longer be able to predict the future. And that's why that Boruto and Koji essentially keep it to themselves, and, well, whoever else they might bring into the fold. These next pages were kind of cool. It's like Koji calls himself and Boruto singularities, but then he speaks to Ida in the future, who is watching them in the past, and says that she too will become a singularity. She says Singularity of Fate, which is obviously a reference to the title. He doesn't actually say Singularity of Fate, so I don't know why she said it, but it's cool. It's Ida's watching the past, Koji and Boruto, and Koji knew she was going to be watching, so he's speaking to her in the future. So wacky. Now we get a really awkward set of pages after this, where Sumire and Sarada are having a conversation, and it turns into like how they feel about Boruto, and weirdly Sumire accuses Sarada of not considering Boruto's feelings. Now, to be fair, she didn't see the whole Sarada unlocking her Mangekyo by basically, ultimately, massively empathizing with Boruto's situation. But, she talks about her own feelings as well, and how she's frustrated at still being, her and Boruto even still referring to him as her as the class rep, and also how you didn't consider her feelings when you ran into Boruto's arms when you met up again. Now, what do they say? All's fair in love and war. Like, you love the same guy. I mean, Sarada's never even been outward with her feelings for Boruto. She's been very tsundere about it. But, obviously Sumire's venting her feelings, I guess. And humorously, Ida thinks it's really awkward but funny at the same time, so she's just going to keep enjoying it. Classic Ida. So the next scene, we get to see those frustrating village elders again that I know we all love, and they're talking to one of the daimyos. It's like, I kind of want to skip over this because they're just all so annoying. They're getting chastised for letting Boruto escape, and they should handle it and deal with him like they're going to be able to do that. Hopefully when Konoha gets destroyed in the future, they go with it, because they're just annoying. They've always been annoying. Who likes them? Drop a comment if you like them, and then we can all make fun of you. Go for it. So moving on to something more interesting, Shikamaru and Ida are having a face-to-face conversation, and they're discussing the next course of action. I won't delve too much into this because we've already seen it in previous chapters. But she relays the whole situation at the sand, you know, with Gaara and Shinki and the new divine tree person, and she also doesn't really want to spy on the Shinju in present time anymore because of the whole issue with what's his name, Bugs divine tree person. What was his name? Mafubi or something. But yeah, she's freaked out by that. She can spy on them in the present, in the past, spy on them in the future, but no, she can't do future. Sorry, she'll spy on them in the past, but not on the present time. So she relays the urgency though of how Gaara's at risk. Ryu can undo Shinki's seal, so they have to get to the sand ASAP and find. And well, they need to. Well, they know where he is, but then so do the Divine Tree people because they had to escape. Actually, what the heck did happen? Because they were there. Gaara got sealed. Shinki got consumed, and then they left. Oh, obviously they left to birth Ryu, and now they want to go back and consume Gaara. Well, that'll be interesting. And Ida talks to Konohamaru. Ida talks to Shikamaru about how he let Boruto escape. He tries to play dumb, but she just kind of chastises him for trying to play dumb. And then she says something interesting. It might show signs that she's going more to Boruto's side or having feelings for him, maybe. But she's like, above all else, I don't want to cause Boruto trouble. And then she wonders why she muttered that out loud. So, could show signs of her allegiances, maybe. And Shikamaru, being the smart boy he is, has realized that the toad that spoke to him, because it's a toad, it was Koji, which has been confirmed by a toad that was actually hanging on Ida, which is interesting. But he relays a lot of interesting information to Shikamaru, and it basically tells him the team composition to go to the sand to fight Matsuri and Ryu. And, you know, considering he's got the future sight, I guess this means they're going to win, because why send a team that's just going to lose? So he's seen the future where they win. So, spoiler of the fight, I guess, but it depends how much he cares about collateral damage. I suppose he probably has to consider it, because if he lets people go off to their death, especially considering he's sending Sarada, Mitsuki, and Konohamaru, people Boruto cares about. If they go down, would Boruto still cooperate with Koji? He'd probably be furious. So I feel like we're kind of getting a spoiler for the outcome of their fight, but hopefully it'll still be an interesting one. Speaking of, before we get to the end of the final scene of the chapter, we kind of get a weird little scene of this kind of conclusion to the Sumire sort of thing, where she doesn't really understand why she brought that all up, why she vented there and then. And it also follows where Ida's like, follow your heart, huh? And I don't know if she influenced Sumire. So people have kind of speculated that, but I hope this doesn't really lead to sort of like a conflict between Sarada and Sumire, because, you know, they're Boruto's allies within the Leaf at the moment. You know, he's acting to protect them so they can stay within Konoha, and, you know, even though they're kind of trying to aid him as much as possible. And he doesn't, you know, he obviously sees futures where probably they get involved and things go badly, and that's why he remains distant, I would think. But then we do get to the final scene of the chapter, where it's team, you know, Konohamaru, Sarada, and Mitsuki meeting up with, what are their names? Yodo and other person. Sorry. But they all meet up, and they immediately scope the two Shinju, looking over what looks like a dead toad, and they think it's a clue to Boruto. They're obviously hunting down Boruto, and it seems like next chapter will be their showdown. So I'll look forward to that. I hope you guys are all looking forward to it. How did you rate this chapter? Anything interesting that I didn't bring up? Just let me know. Otherwise, I will catch you next time. Bye now.